Today we are diving into AI. Yes, we are. Artificial intelligence is what we're going to be talking about today, and how you can ethically leverage AI to help you to grow your yoga business and to help you to grow your community and also your presence online. Some of you might just be wondering, what is AI? So AI is actually part of computer science, and it creates machines that go to work and they react and they learn on their own, okay? And just like humans, but without being programmed specifically for specific tasks, okay? So it sounds a little bit like science fiction, but it's actually more involved in your daily life than you probably think. And it's been around for a long time, guys. Like we're using it in many different ways already, and it has the potential to really bring about positive change in the world. So not just in our business, but also in society in terms of improving healthcare, access to education, helping to solve complex problems, and really, working to make our lives easier and more convenient. And particularly in business, specifically for you as a business owner, with your marketing and helping you to build and grow your business online, it can save you time, it can save you money, it can increase your efficiency, productivity, and therefore your profitability as well. So as I said, it's not something new. It's been around for some time. It's used in social media, right? The algorithms use AI. Obviously, social media has been around for some time, and these algorithms are, learning about us and using the data from how we're using these apps and these platforms so that it can show up information and posts and content that, we're more likely to interact with in our feeds. It's also used by Google, okay? So search engines are using AI to show you search results and to put those results in an order based on your search history, based on the websites that you're, that you're spending time on. So you're using it anyway, right? So the other thing that you've probably engaged with, chatbots. So you have engaged with a business and you've perhaps messaged that business, maybe on their website, maybe using Facebook Messenger, and you're engaging with a chatbot. And these AI-powered chatbots can offer 24/7 support for a business's customers, answering questions, resolving issues. We also have our own chatbot here at Digital Yoga Academy. It's called DigiYogi. So you may have met DigiYogi inside our Facebook Messenger, and DigiYogi is going to direct you to specific resources that you're looking for. Okay, so DigiYogi has been around for a little while as well. So we've all been using AI for some time. But of course, more recently, we've seen the explosion of this tool called ChatGPT. And, this has been available publicly since the end of last year. And it's having a big impact on, the way that business owners can now create content and do their marketing. And, it might seem that ChatGPT kind of suddenly came on the scene, but it's actually been in development for a long time. So this is a computer program that can understand what people are saying, okay, so what people are typing into it, and then respond in a way that makes it feel like you're talking to a real person, okay? So we're going to explore the benefits of this today and how you can use tools such as ChatGPT as a business owner. These tools are available to really increase your visibility, boost your engagement online, ultimately help you to increase your productivity, right? And we know as yogipreneurs, most of you are doing this on your own right now. Maybe you have a VA helping you a few hours a week, but most of you here, you're setting up your yoga businesses and you're doing this on your own. And, as this kind of one person business owner, you're juggling a lot. You know, there's multiple roles and you're wearing lots of different hats. And so, you know, you're the yoga teacher, you're the CEO, you're the creative mind behind the marketing and what you're putting out there and what you're offering. Like, you're creating these offerings, and you have to be the salesperson and, you know, the admin assistant, the accountant. So we know very well that this can be quite overwhelming. Like, you've got lots of different responsibilities that you have to handle. And so, you know, staying visible and also growing your community, it can be challenging. So this is where you can leverage, right? Leverage the power of AI and actually make a big difference to how you're running your business on a day-to-day basis. I like to see it as a helping hand for you in your business. You know, it's like this extra hand, this powerful ally by your side that's going to help you with these kind of creative and content tasks. Who doesn't need that? You know, we all need that, right? Especially in the beginning. I know from working with yoga teachers now for many years that one of the main challenges that you guys have is content creation, like creating your content. Now you have a helping hand, right? But, right, there's a caveat, like most things that seem too good to be true. You know, you have to understand how to use this helping hand, you know, in the very best way in order to be able to get the best results, okay? Both from like an ethical perspective, but also from a on-brand perspective. I can remember when ChatGPT kind of became more mainstream, and I asked inside the Facebook group for the Profitable Yoga Teacher students, I asked them, what do they think of this tool that can now, you know, create copy for your website and your emails and, you know, your social media posts? And there was a lot of concern about it. There's long been debates about the concerns of AI, you know, things like fake news, misinformation, which could obviously cause a lot of confusion online. And then, of course, you know, replacing jobs, right? Replacing jobs, the automation of jobs. You know, that's obviously a big concern when it comes to the societal effects of AI and the impacts. And of course, you know, that can have a bigger impact on the rise in poverty, essentially. And so there's a lot of kind of concerns there, especially around or also around like security risks or privacy concerns, right? And I'm sure these are all things that you've thought about and maybe might be things that have put you off actually using these tools. And so I kind of want to talk about this a bit more today, because I really do believe that as yoga teachers, as business owners, there's so much power here to be had, and if you use it in the right way. So that's kind of where, you know, we're kind of angling what I'm sharing with you guys today. The other thing with AI is this kind of dependency, right, on AI, which I think is something that can really impact like the everyday user, right? So if we're using tools such as ChatGPT like on a regular basis, and we're using it to kind of create blog posts for us, or, you know, solve some kind of problem, like, I don't know, like creating our social media posts. It can be used a lot for this type of activity, right? You know, creating content, creating words. And if we're using it for this reason, without an awareness of how we're using this tool, okay, we're not using our brain power. And so, you know, you have to ask yourself, is this kind of resulting in a dumbing down of society through the reliance of these AI tools? And so I believe there's this kind of element of awareness that needs to be had, but also discernment, you know, for when we're using these tools, to make sure that we have our way of using it. You know, we have our own systems, and we're using it in a way that allows us to remain both authentic and ethical at the same time. And so it requires you as the user, right, as the ChatGPT user, to learn, right, to learn how to use this tool in the best way, because the output, right, the result that it's going to give you is only going to be as good as what you're putting in, yeah, the input. So you need to be really clear, okay, about, you know, exactly what you want from it. You know, the more specific you can be, the more closely the results are going to match what you're actually looking for. What I find with it is that I can really recognize when I'm reading something that is painfully obvious that it's been created using this tool. Right? It's almost like, it's kind of like a scripted pickup line. And we don't want that, right? We don't want a scripted pickup line. And we certainly don't want to be using or sharing that type of response on our social media channels. And you might think, well, it's better than what I was sharing before, but what it's really missing is your input, right? It's your voice, it's your personality, your pizzazz. And so, you know, when I say use discernment, have a system and a way of using it, part of this system is to use this tool to help you to unblock yourself. Okay, so if you have writer's block, don't just sit there for days with writer's block. Like, use these tools to help you to move through any kind of resistance that you're feeling around content creation, and then add your voice, right? Add your wisdom. ChatGPT doesn't have your wisdom. It doesn't have your experience. And it's that wisdom and experience and your personality that your audience is going to connect to, right? That's what your people are really going to resonate with. They're not going to resonate with this robotic social media caption, okay, that also the next yoga teacher in their feed when they go scrolling is also sharing the same kind of robotic tone, the very formal tone that you can get when you start using this tool and, you know, you're getting results back. It can feel very formal, right, what comes back. And so I want you just to really keep this in mind, like, as you discover the power of AI. And remember, you know, as a business owner who's wanting visibility, you also want to stand out, okay? And, you know, you standing out is what helps your visibility. So it's important for you to remain authentic with your content and to really ensure that this is something that you are sharing from the heart. So if that includes, you know, a helping hand from ChatGPT, then that's great. Like, we all need a helping hand. So it can definitely be this amazing shortcut with your content creation and your marketing process, right? But here's the thing, like, it only can be that if you already have an understanding, okay, of some of the foundational marketing strategies in place, right? You already have an understanding of some foundational marketing strategies, and you know what you're doing. You know who you're targeting. You know the problem that you're solving. You know what your content repurposing strategy is. You know how you're using your content to grow your email list and your community. You've got these foundational marketing strategies in your toolbox, right? You've learnt about them. Most yoga teachers are going to come into this profession as a yoga teacher and they're not going to know about marketing, okay? They're going to have a knowledge gap there. And then if they're then going and using ChatGPT, this amazing shortcut can actually, you know, be detrimental, right? It can actually cost you students. And so, you know, because we're not adding in what we know about our ideal students, we haven't got that knowledge that we're including in our usage of this tool, right? So, you know, if you have this knowledge gap when it comes to foundational marketing strategies, fill that knowledge gap, guys. Like, come and get yourself inside YOGIPRENEUR LAUNCHPAD. Learn about marketing. You can come inside this program that we offer here at Digital Yoga Academy today. You can get inside today. Like, fill the knowledge gap, because we need to know this information. We need to know how to market ourselves. We need to know who we're trying to reach, right? You know, if we don't know who we're trying to reach, our marketing is never going to work. So yeah, fill the gap, and then, you know, when you start using these tools, the results that you're getting back are going to be they're going to be more fruitful, right? They're going to make more sense to what you're putting out into the world. You're actually going to be able to attract people with the content and the messaging that you're creating. I threw out a question in the Facebook group about AI, and I was really blown away by this post and just like all the comments and, you know, the enthusiasm around AI, because it was quite different to the response that I got back, you know, at the end of last year when I asked the Profitable Yoga Teacher students the same question. It's really interesting to see how you guys have been using it. So I just want to pull up now. Let me have a look. So Amrita said that she uses ChatGPT to write her email. She can't live without it. Leanne has used AI to create a class plan for a student who has sprained their ankle. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And she also said that she works as a copywriter. Okay, so this is a copywriter who's using ChatGPT, which I think is great. You know, I think the copywriters out there who are not using ChatGPT, I think that's going to be more detrimental to them in the future than those of them who are using it, who can actually are going to be more productive, right? Who are going to be able to serve more clients. And she says, I'm fascinated by AI, although I don't want to depend on it. Okay, I use it for inspiration, but at the same time, it cannot compete with real-time data and research, right? And also human nuances. Judy's been using it for some time, but feels conflicted because not every word that she writes is actually hers, okay? But she says it's better than what she previously put out. So this is that awareness that I've been talking about. Okay, and then she says that she writes her post first, and then she asks it to edit, right? So this is about the process that you use. Yeah, how are you going to use it to ensure that it still contains your wisdom and personality? And then to build on this, Isabel said writer's block isn't something that she struggles with, but she'd rather be absolutely authentic, honest, and personal instead of using the mechanical AI that she's seen. So again, like that's the kind of scripted chat up line that I mentioned, and we don't want that. So these points are really great. You know, they raise, you know, these issues or these concerns that you might have. And I mean, it goes on. You guys really did get involved. Like Carolyn said, she's been using it since Christmas. Okay, she uses it for her long blog posts, for email content, to collate information into tables, to sort information. She uses it for writing Instagram posts, to give her ideas. Oh, this is interesting, to give her ideas for words to write in cards, right? Greeting cards or emails to difficult people. Customer service emails where you're trying to be polite but point out they're being unreasonable. Okay, so asking AI to improve her own writing. She also uses it for menus, to look for menus with certain ingredients. So I love this. Lots of different things, lots of different reasons. David says he uses it for everything as his assistant. Antonia, she says, I'm in my 50s, so I grew up without computers, okay? So for those of you who are in this kind of segment, in this bracket of people who, you know, maybe just getting the hang of computers, and now we're talking about AI tools. And she says it's been incredible for her. It gives her a solid first draft. Now I invest a lot of my time before I used it getting my style where I wanted for years. She's used for years, she's been trying to get her style where she wanted it, and now it's really helped her. I think you need to find your voice above all, and be careful to not let AI interfere with that. So it's such a good point, right? You need your voice, your personality, your take on things like that. That's always needs to be there, right? We always can't lose that. I think like what's really clear from it is that you're using it with your copy. Yeah, and I know that can be really challenging. You're using it to create or to generate or to tweak or to edit this marketing copy, and this copy is essential for you. Like, this is the copy that's going to draw people in. It's going to captivate people's attention, build connections with your audience. It's going to persuade people to buy, right? It's going to help you to convert people in your audience into paying students. And so, you know, if you're struggling with this, you know, there's tools there to really help you. And creating great copy is hard. Yeah, it's hard. So you can actually use AI now to help you with this, which is really great. And my biggest tip here for you in doing this is, and it really builds on what I've already kind of covered, and also what some of you said in the Facebook group on that post, but instead of completely delegating, you know, your copywriting to a tool like ChatGPT, leverage the AI tool to improve your existing copy and to just gather inspiration on how to write parts of your existing copy. Okay, so for example, let me give you an example. If you're writing copy or if you want to write some persuasive sales copy for a Facebook ad, let's say, or an email, a sales email, you've already written the copy, you're not 100% happy with it, you want it to sound more convincing, you want it to sound more appealing, more persuasive, you can ask ChatGPT to do that. Like, you can say something along the lines of, rewrite this piece of copy, this piece of sales copy, to make it more persuasive and to make it more appealing to my ideal student, who is, and then you tell ChatGPT who your ideal student is, and help me to convert this person into a paying student. Here is the copy that I want you to transform using a friendly and persuasive tone, right? And then you paste the copy in. So the more information you can give it into what you want it to do, like who it's for, how you want to elevate this copy, the better the result's going to be. And, if the result comes back, it's not over yet, right? If the result comes back and you just feel like, oh, it doesn't really sound like me, it feels too formal, you can ask it again. And you don't need to type it all in again because it's learnt what you just posted into it. It learns, right? It's learning. So it already knows what the previous ask was. Yeah, it's cool. And so you can say, do it again, but this time rewrite it with this tone. Yeah. And so this is where you need to understand your tone of voice. This is where you need to understand who it is that you're targeting, who it is that you're trying to turn into a paying student, right? This is the stuff that we teach in YOGIPRENEUR LAUNCHPAD, right? You don't need to be unaware of this stuff. You just need to do the work on this stuff, yeah? On finding your niche, understanding your ideal student, understanding, about content strategies and marketing, how to grow your email list, all of that good stuff. The key here when you're using ChatGPT is to, refine, edit, ask it more questions, and keep doing that until you're happy that the content, that the caption and the words that it's given back to you, sounds true to you. It sounds true to your business and your brand. You could also use ChatGPT for research, to help with research, to help with generating ideas. Let's say you're wanting to do a masterclass. Yeah, you're wanting to create some event and you know what it's about, you know who it's for, but you're getting stuck with a title for that masterclass. You can use it and ask it for 10 ideas for a title for this particular masterclass aimed at whoever it's aimed at. You can use it to manage your schedules. We've used it for that, actually. Yeah, we've used it for managing schedules for our mastermind. There's also another tool which is really cool, which is worth checking out, and it's called copy.ai. So copy.ai has a free version, and it's really cool. It's very similar to ChatGPT, but it's really focused on the copy side of things, right? So some of the cool things it does is that you can upload like a post where you know that it's really in your tone of voice. It's really in your tone of voice, and you can upload it into Copy AI and it will learn your tone of voice, right? So you can say, this is my tone of voice, you can save it as that, and then when it's giving you future results, it's going to do it in your tone of voice. It also has inbuilt tools, right, for different use cases. So things like creating analogies or creating sales copy using the AIDA framework, okay, which is attention, interest, desire, and action, right? So it uses a sales framework, conversion framework. And then it has templates for blogs and social media. It's really quite amazing. Like, I was pretty blown away looking through this tool, I've got to say. There's another tool called beautiful.ai, and this is going to help you with if you have to create slide decks or anything like that, or images, or like yeah, kind of brand images that you need to create that are on brand. It will help you with that. But slides definitely for part of, you know, any video content that you're creating for masterclasses. And then there's Podcastle. Podcastle is editing audio. So this is where you are, and there's a number of different tools like this actually, but where you can upload a video, and it's going to help you with your repurposing, right? You're going to upload a video, you upload an audio file, and it's going to cut it up so that you can use it in different ways, essentially. What is interesting with this is that AI is not just used in this way, but also for yoga. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Xenia. So Xenia is an app, and it's an AI-based app that you can use it as a teacher to teach yoga classes through this app. And the person you're teaching on the other side who's practicing with you, they need to have their phone on, the camera on, and the app is picking up their movement, right? Is picking up their movement. And then for you as the teacher, you can see your students in the kind of live room, and the app is telling you who is out of alignment, right? So this is interesting, right? So it allows you to be able to give this real-time feedback to your students through the app, you know, without you having to get really close and sort of see that Bob is got his knee over his foot or whatever. You know, the app is actually giving you that feedback. It's tracking what the students are doing in their room, right? Using the AI to track what they're doing and to tell you as the teacher that, hey, such and such is out of alignment. You need to give them a prompt. You need to give them some guidance. So that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. So I think there's going to be more of that coming our way in the future, for sure, for definite. Okay. And then, of course, what you've all been waiting for, there's also some digital yoga academy tools that you are yet to discover. Okay, so I'm really excited to share this with you guys today, because we have not just one, but two AI powered tools that we've developed here at Digital Yoga Academy to help you to build your community and also to shape your profitable online yoga course. Okay, so the first one is an AI-powered lead magnet generator. So for those of you who are stuck with ideas on what to create for your opt-in freebie, you guys know what an opt-in freebie is, right? It's this piece of content that you need to grow your email list. Okay, so you're providing someone with a piece of content, they're going to give you their email address, and they're going to end up on your email list, and you're going to send them that piece of content. Now, quite often, you know, yoga teachers are struggling with this. They're struggling with this piece. And one of the main reasons that you might be struggling is because you haven't decided on a niche yet. You don't fully understand your ideal student. Okay, get yourself in YOGIPRENEUR LAUNCHPAD. But the other reason is just, you know, creatively, we can sometimes block ourselves and we're not quite sure what we should be creating that's going to be valuable enough, you know, for someone to want to part with their email address. And so this tool is going to help you to get out of that space, at that space of feeling stuck. And it's going to give you three ideas for your opt-in freebie. So you're going to tell it who your ideal student is, and you're going to tell it, you know, what their problem is that they're experiencing and what they need to believe in order to work with you. And then the tool is going to generate for you three ideas. Yeah, it's going to give your freebie a name, a snazzy name, and it's going to share some ideas for what you should create. So for those of you who, you know, are a little bit further down the line and you're thinking about creating an online yoga course, right, we also have a tool for you. So this is an AI powered online course outline generator. So both of these tools are generators, right? They're giving you ideas. And you're going, in this particular tool, you're going to input information about your ideal student, like what you want to teach them, what results your course is promising, and then the generator is going to provide you with an outline of a course curriculum, right, for the modules and the lessons that you could have inside your online course. Okay, so definitely going to be a good starting point for you if you're thinking about creating this course and you know who you want to serve, you know what you want your course to be about, and maybe you're just having a little bit of a challenge with actually structuring the course curriculum. Now, of course, inside the Profitable Yoga Teacher program, okay, which is going to be going live again with the next group in October, we teach you how to do this. Like, we have a whole module on finding your course idea, crafting, validating the idea, outlining, okay, which is essentially this. And this tool is going to give you a kind of starting point with this. And of course, there's a lot more that goes into it, guys, because again, I come back to the fact that, you know, your wisdom, your knowledge, your personality, your ways of doing things, like there's so much more that, you know, as you go through the process of creating an online course, that you're going to want to put in that online course. But this tool is going to really help to inspire you, right? It's going to kind of show you that there is more that you can teach with the knowledge that you have, right? Because all of you have so much knowledge and wisdom inside you, right? All of you do. And, you know, it's about how you can package that up. And quite often we think, oh, wow, yeah, it'd be amazing to have that in my business, an online course that would give me that freedom and flexibility. But I just don't have enough knowledge to be able to do that. Like, what would I even put into that course? And so I really hope that this tool is going to show you that it's going to give you a starting point. Yeah. And then if you want to do more, come and join us inside the Profitable Yoga Teacher, and we'll show you how much more you can, you know, create inside your online course, how you can really transform your wisdom into, you know, a program that's going to take your students on a journey and give them those results and, you know, those results and transformations that they're really looking for in their lives. What I will say here is that, I mean, today we've discussed quite a bit today, right? We've really looked at the benefits, we've looked at your concerns, we've addressed the things that might be coming up from like an ethical perspective. You know, AI is here, right? It's not going away. I really believe that as business owners, we should embrace it and use it in our business. And, you know, it's likely, especially for those of you who want to become course creators, it's going to change the way that online courses are developed, you know, because overall it's making information more accessible than ever before, you know. So you as a course creator really need to be prepared to offer more than just information. Going back to what I was saying about the course outline, that's going to give you like ideas for topics and lessons. But actually, we want to be offering more than just information. So looking at what does AI lack, you know, and if you think about it, this invention of AI, like, it's not much different than the invention of the internet, which was how long ago now? I want to say 20 years ago, but it's way more than that. It's like when you think the 90s were just yesterday, but actually 40 years ago, you know, the same way that, you know, the internet started to kind of play a role in our daily life. Like, people were scared that they were going to lose their jobs, and obviously some people did, but those people who took advantage of that new technology at the time and, you know, decided that they were going to adopt it instead of fighting it, those are the people that have really succeeded, right? So, you know, if you think about your students buying an online course from you and investing in that, they're doing that because they want to reach a certain result, right? They want a certain transformation in their lives. And, you know, even if AI didn't exist, they can still find that information, right? They can still find the solution to their problems by searching on Google for free, right? Everything that you want to learn is available at your fingertips, guys, right? You've heard me say this before. Like, it's all there. It's all there. It's all available. But people still enroll because they know that this course is going to help them to get their desired result quicker. They're going to get the results faster. They're going to get them much better than they would, you know, trying to look around Google for the answers. Of course, the answers are there, but the advantage of coming into an online course is you get the information in a specific order, right? It's presented in a specific way that's going to get you to that result faster. Now we have these tools that we've just developed here at DYA that can help you to create this curriculum that will lead to that transformation. But what you need to ask yourself is, what can AI not offer? What can it not offer when it comes to my online course and when it comes to serving my students, right? It definitely can't offer your unique perspective, right? Your unique experiences that you've gone through as a yoga teacher. Most of the time, you're creating an online course that is on a topic that you've personally experienced. Like you've had that point A to point B transformation. You've been on that journey, and now you are teaching your students how to go on that journey, and you're holding their hand and you're guiding them there. AI can't do that. You do that. It can't create this sense of community and this sense of belonging that you can create inside an online course. It can't personally interact with your students, keep them accountable, which is what we need. We need that accountability when we are in an online course. Because if we don't have that, if we sign up to an online course, hands up those of you who have signed up to an online course, like $100 online course, and it's still in your inbox. Without the accountability or the value, right? Because how much value are we really getting in a, $97 online course? Without that accountability and that value of community and all of those other incredible things that go into a curriculum that isn't just the topics of the outline, AI can't do that. You can do that. You can keep your students there, pushing them and motivating them and inspiring them to get to the end. And importantly, AI can't make learning fun. Yeah, that's where you come in, right? That's where you definitely come in. You can make it fun. So just remember, you're the expert, right? AI is serving as a tool to support you with this work that you're doing as a yoga teacher. You really need to keep the focus on the personal guidance that you give and, helping your students and the experience and developing yourself, right? Keep developing yourself. Stay up to date with all of these things because they do impact you as a business owner. Stay ahead of the curve. That's what you can do being part of this community here at Digital Yoga Academy. You can stay ahead of the curve. You can understand and you can learn what's going on in this online space that we all want to be a part of, and rightly so. Learn these tools, guys. Learn them. Get into them. Play around with them. See where they can really offer you this value. It's not there to replace you. It's simply a tool to help you to save time and to help you to work smarter, which we need, right? We all need that. Just remember, whatever it's pumping out is not going to be the same, or it's not going to have the impact that you want it to have without that heartfelt touch, that you can really add into it, that you can really, or start with, right? That you can start with your authentic tone of voice, your wisdom, your knowledge, all of those great things. So don't ignore this is my message to you. Don't ignore it. We can't ignore it. You might have mixed feelings about it. Hopefully I've helped to calm some of that today and to show you what's possible with it. And we're using it in my team. We're playing around with it and we're dabbling, and I invite you to dabble too. And you can do with those two tools that I've provided to you today. I'd love to know how you get on with them. So please do message me, let me know. Get into the Facebook group, join that conversation that's already being had about AI. Love to know your thoughts on it. So thank you so much for being here with me today. Remember that us humans, we cannot be replaced by a machine, okay? We all need relationships. We all need to be here in community. So keep showing up as I remind you every week, keep showing up for your students, keep serving them the very best that you can. Okay, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I'll see you next week. Mwah! Bye bye.